Chuck Will, PGA Director of Instruction here at the Chuck Will Golf Academy at Dulles Golf Center and Sports Park in Dulles, Virginia. Today we're going to talk about our pitching system that we teach our students. We have an area on the range here where we can dial in our distances. Each posts are 20 yards apart, and we have a target green with the blue flag that's 55 yards out. We're going to use the Vokey, Titleist Vokey SM6 wedges. They have a higher center of gravity on the higher lofted clubs, a lower center of gravity on the lower lofted clubs. Helps get the ball in the air on the lower lofted ones, keeps it down on the higher lofted ones. Okay. I've got 3 wedges here. I've got a 50, a 56, and a 60. I'm going to use the 60 for this system. Depending on how many wedges you carry in your bag, it's going to give you different distances depending on the length of shots that we use. A couple things that we want to do on a pitch shot. Number one is we've got to contact the ball and then the turf consistently. Vokey wedges come with different grinds depending on whether you hit down a lot, which are called a digger, or whether you sweep the ball, or you're called a slider. And the wedges will fit you very nicely depending on that type of swing height that you have. Okay. What we want to do is set up consistently. I play the ball in the center of my stance, fairly level. With my weight distribution, maybe even favoring the left side a little bit. And my first pitch shot is going to be a waist high swing. Okay? That's going to give me a little lower trajectory regardless of what wedge I have, because there's not a lot of spin on the ball. The ball's probably going to run out a little bit rather than stop a lot. Second swing we use is going to be a chest high. Chest high. You notice we got a little bit more elevation, a little bit more spin, and more distance. And then the third shot we use is shoulder high to shoulder high. And again, the ball's going to go a little further, higher up in the air with more spin. We don't use 9 o'clock, 10:30 like a lot of people do. We go waist high, chest high, shoulder high. These are hand positions. These are also the positions in our golf swing where we check the swing. We check it at waist high to make sure the club is on our toe line. We check it at chest high to make sure the shaft is pointing at the target line and is on plane, and then we just add a little more turn for the shoulder plane. Also, like your finish to mirror your backswing. So if we're only going waist high, we want to finish waist high. Okay, so there's your number one pitch shot. The basic pitch shot's going to hit, probably release a little bit because we're letting the club rotate in sync with our body. Now we want to hit a shot maybe that's a little bit lower or has a little bit more spin on it. So what we're going to do is we're going to keep that face slightly open as we rotate through. We're not going to allow the hands and arms to turn in sync with our body. We're going to keep that club face open a little bit. Okay, the rule is anytime we keep the club face open, or if we open it intentionally, we're effectively increasing the bounce on the club. So therefore we have to offset that by leaning towards the target slightly. So we're going to lean our upper body, not slide the hips to the left. Okay, so I take that same shot, that low shot that I hit earlier, the first swing, keep the club a little bit lower, that ball's going to go lower and have a little bit of grab. Okay, lean to the left slightly. That allows me to get down on it, that ball had a little bit more spin on it. You can do that on all 3 shots. But when you see the pros hit those low shots into the green that have a little bit of grab, that's what they're doing. They're leaning left, keeping the shaft forward, but keeping the face open slightly. Okay, you always have to lean to the left, that's the key. Okay, now we have one other shot, and then you're going to use your most lofty wedge here. I've got a 60. Everybody's tried a flop shot at one point in their golfing life. Okay, where we take the club and we swing it and slide it under the club, under the ball. If the ball's sitting up in the rough, sometimes you can get under it and leave it there. We're going to do it a little bit differently. It's a safer shot. Again, we're going to open the face. So remember, we open the club face, we increase the bounce. Therefore, the body has to lean a little bit to the left. Okay, so I'm going to open the face, lean to the left. And I'm going to swing the club up. I'm going to hit the ground. I'm going to hit down on it. Face open, so basically I'm driving the bounce of the back edge of that club into the ground, and that's what keeps me from hitting it fat. Even though it's really hot today here, our manager watered this morning. It's a little bit wet out here, but you'll notice that even when I open it up and I hit down on it, I actually hit a little bit behind that, almost like a sand shot. You notice how I didn't really chunk the shot, got it up in the air pretty good. I let the golf club do the work going through. So anyway, these are 3 basic shots that are good to work with. What you want to do is come out sometime, hit your first swing, come out and do some waist high swings, have 3 wedges, do all 3 wedges with your waist high swing. Then you want to go up to chest high to chest high, and then do shoulder high to shoulder high with all 3 wedges. Key to getting your distance control, once you learn to hit those spots, is making sure your tempo and the pace of the swing is consistent. If I do that short swing, really easy, I'm going to get that shot. If I do that short swing where I hit it really hard, I'm going to get that shot. So it went twice as far. So what we want to do is find the tempo where we're the most consistent every time on those distances. Okay? This should help you a lot. Just by having these 3 systems, you have something to rely on when you're on the golf course. Give us a call. We do club fitting here. We'd be happy to help you out with getting fit correctly for the Titleist wedges.